Hello, it's Shorty. I am here with the complete book of the Zodiac, and today we are talking about those who have Venus in Leo. So make sure that you take the time to calculate your Venus sign so that you know which video is for you. You may very well also be interested in calculating and finding out more about your moon sign. So please check that out. I have it in a separate playlist. All right, everyone who is Venus in Leo, this is for you. You and nature. Next time you get a chance to scan the cable or satellite channels, see if there's a station showing Bewitched. This 60s TV series featured, as you may recall, a modern witch named Samantha. All she had to do was twitch her nose, and whatever she wanted to happen, happened. Her husband, however, made her promise to accomplish everything by conventional means. So she struggled as best she could to do the hard way what she could, if she chose, in an instant. Does this description remind you of anyone? Males and females with Venus and Leo seem similarly bound by restrictions that they could easily defy if only they dared. How often have you found yourself tempted to take certain shortcuts? And how often have you denied yourself the opportunity, reflecting that you would somehow do something wrong or use the power at your disposal? You're laudably conscientious, but sometimes just a little too quick to see self-restraint as virtue in its own right. There are occasions when you are fully entitled to go down the easy road, to refuse to contemplate those valid chances just because you might go then on to take the naughty ones, is as drastic as a ban on toothpaste from your bathroom just in case the kids decide to eat it. You may not have unhealthy powers, but you certainly have impressive ones. There's very little on the material plane that you cannot achieve if you set your mind to it. There are very few people whose hearts will not succumb to your persuasive charm if you set out to melt them. In holding yourself back, what you could be capable of, you're also holding back some of the love that could be flowing into your world. You and your creativity. The notion of a career right in front of the camera, or maybe not, or might not horrify you, but it would certainly suit you. You are terribly good at projecting a convincing, reassuring, capable, calm, and controlled image. If you could convince yourself that the viewers were not going to see the real you, but only the act you were putting on, you'd take the idea like a duck to water. This provision, however, is important, for you're afraid to make a fool of yourself in public. This isn't to say that you can't or won't act like a fool, but when you crack a joke, you aim it with all the precision of an expert archer at the funny bone of a carefully targeted audience. You are never afraid to take risks, but only if you're quite sure they're fully calculated. Whether dancing or designing, cooking or composing, innovating or restoring, your aim is to manifest grace and elegance, flair and finesse. Thus, you want to test the type of ground you're intending to tread on and ascertain how much weight it will bear before you go leaping on it with both feet. You're determined to exercise a similar degree of precise control over every project you undertake. You don't just consider yourself an expert in your chosen field. You insist on making yourself one. You hold your every effort up to an intense, critical scrutiny, dismissing creations that others would consider minor masterpieces when commissioned to do a job or perform a task. You take the clearest, straightest, most simply effective route to success. It very rarely fails, nor do you. You and romance. Venus in Leo makes you a popular person. People from all walks of life are drawn towards you by some inexplicable magnetic impulse. Strangers feel inspired to tell you their life stories. Friends feel safe to confide secrets they have been hiding, even from themselves. It's almost as if your very presence has a hypnotic influence, yet it's not due to any conscious effort on your part. You often feel slightly estranged from society, happy enough to link up with friends if they want to make the effort, but equally at ease with your own company. You come across as endearingly ambivalent, yet it's not true to say that you are without desires. The lion in your heart, the lion in your birth chart, is a lusty creature with a powerful urge to reign supreme in its chosen territory. Confident, however, of its own strength, it rarely needs to manifest aggression. Since none but a fool would take the risk in challenging a lion, you have little cause to feel motivation of fear, nor do you always feel inclined to challenge yourself just for the sake of it. With Venus in Leo, you can sometimes be a little too much like a furry, sensual pussycat. When it comes to choosing a partner, you have another potential celestial disadvantage to conquer. Lions easily draw admirers. Their equals, though, are usually clever enough to keep a distance. And what better could you possibly have? So when it comes to romance, who is going to offer the lion a worthwhile challenge? Again, none but a fool would risk it, so all hangs on you finding the right kind of fool. Does the right type really exist? Most definitely. The way you manifest femininity. Men flutter around like moths around a flame. If they let their wings get burned, are you to blame? It depends on whether you're deliberately waving the lamp. Unlike some people who must spend hours in and out of the closet before they dare to step out of the door, you can throw on any old rag and still attract admiring glances. It's something about the way you move. You carry yourself like a princess, even an empress. There's no deliberate effort. It just happens naturally. So does the inevitable reaction. This is fine, except that if you're hot stuff when you're not even trying, you become incredibly overwhelming when you are. Every so often, you decide there's someone worth making an effort to attract. The lioness within you is a skilled huntress who rarely misses. But whether they like their potential mate or not, once they're caught up, it's another matter. A greater part of you would rather be tamed than tempted. The ideal mate. You've got a bit of a thing about prima madonnas. When a person starts stamping their foot, laying down the law, and telling you what they won't put up with, you find it both amusing and exciting. It shows you they have spirit, it makes a challenge, and it obligates you to comply with their wishes, or to risk their wrath. Which you do, what you do depends on what else is in your horoscope. But the fact that such a fiery mate fuels your fantasy is a point that no other cosmic condition can counteract. Your dream mate is willful, powerful, charismatic, and aristocratic. She's also quarrelsome. They're also quarrelsome, sultry, and self-centered. But they're so hypnotically attractive that you can forgive and forget all of their faults. All you know is that when they finally do get around to needing you, they envelop such a passionate embrace as to squeeze out every last drop of the love that you express. Okay, so all of you Virgo and Leos, that's what I've got for you. I hope that you find it helpful, and I really appreciate you taking the time to stop by and check out my channel. I do want all of you to know that I love you.